Since you left, I give my breath to cigarettes. Since you left, I try my best to forget. I can't escape the love we made, it follows me. I can't escape from your love. And I've been rolling the dice with Aphrodite, spending my nights without you beside me, throwing some darts in bars with the queen of hearts, queen of hearts. And I've been drinking with Cupid, thinking of you, babe, thinking of you, babe. Oh, how can I be so stupid, fighting and losing, fighting and losing. Oh, I've been spinning the bottle, fighting the bottle, fighting the bottle. Oh, I've been drinking with Cupid,
He puts it on 0 seconds remaining! He seems to be fighting hard for it. Oh my goodness! What is this?
Doesn't get the touch he's looking for. Kato! Scott! Oh, he gets the flick and he gets it through! He's gonna put it in! Back to back! Backward, can he find the touch? He's gonna put the shot on!
fly off the backboard here. Opportunity. Here comes the shot.
Is this ser- hold on, surely this can. Oh my
Go
lord!
with the shot. It's gonna go in.
Oh, Palpatine on the goal line. He did not win. Nearly over. Sweep. It comes through. The Venom, the improbable, the impossible, the 4-time champions.
Welcome back, Nemesis Gaming League, as we are here for play-in match day 2. We have Hypernova taking on Gladiators in this very first match tonight. First thing I want to do is I want to bring it over to Chunk, and I do want to say, how do we look? Because we're sitting in 2K for the first time ever. So if you guys can let us know in chat how we're looking on 2K, 1440p, it would be great. But Chunk, how you doing tonight?
Good. I'm excited that I believe this is the first team we'll see get eliminated from play-ins in postseason and overall, but I'm excited to see this game. Winner moves on to play Minotaurs. Or not Minotaurs. Or yeah, Minotaurs. Sorry. And loser goes home. So big stakes on the line tonight.
Yes, indeed. Like you were saying, we do have a graphic of the play-in tournament and the postseason bracket to pull up, but as you were just saying, yes, Minotaurs did lose to the Rooks on Monday, so the Minotaurs are going to be playing Saturday. They're awaiting the winner of this game of Hypernova and Gladiators, the 9 and 10 seed. You got to win 2 here to secure that number 8 seed and have a destiny date with the number 1 seeded Origin. As we see here, the other matchups are already set here, Chunk. And what are you looking at this prospect bracket so far?
I'm getting deja vu to when I was prospect last season, and I think I see a little ember coming out of this matchup. I think that if they win this game, they're probably gonna beat the Minotaurs, and then they will have a lot of momentum going into the 1 versus 8 matchup against Origin. So whoever gets through this bottom bracket is going to be a dangerous team to play.
I would definitely agree with that. It's a little bit of a tough situation for the 1 seed and the 2 seed, honestly, because the 7 seed has to play in a play-in match. The 8 seed obviously has to play in 2 play-in matches to get here, whether they lost their first one in the 7v8 matchup and then won it again against the winner of the 9v10, or if you're just coming in super hot and you won the 9v10 and then somehow managed to win that next one as well. But yeah, like you said, super huge for them, playing this week, actual matches, not just scrimming, whereas the rest of the field has a whole week off where it's just, practice, free play. You might find some scrims. It's hard to find some scrims also because you don't want to scrim anyone on your, side of the bracket and the other, trying to find times with the other teams. It's really tough. But coming into this, we have Hypernova, we have Gladiators. Hypernova did beat the Gladiators early on this season, Chunk. So what did you see this season between that Hypernova and Gladiator matchup where Hyper won 3-1 in match number 12?
I saw, I think that was before Gallium made the move, if I'm not wrong. Gallium was a really good player for Hypernova, and then he ended up moving teams. Just wasn't feeling the vibe before a trade deadline, and I think after he left, it kind of made an impact on this team. They struggled a little bit before making this play-ins, and I think that it might be very different since they are playing with Tripwire instead of Gallium, but I think this Hypernova roster has what it takes to come back, as they beat a lot of good teams at the end of the season.
Yes, they did. Hypernova is looking pretty good. They had a couple upsets towards the end of the season, and Gladiators had kind of bounced back and forth, 1-2, lost 2, 1-2. but they had a really tough end of the schedule as well. But I do want to say Hypernova against Gladiators are all-time 6-2. Hypernova is looking to try to make a push back into the playoffs since season 8 was the last time that they made a push and an attempt at the playoffs here. Um, Having a little
Been a while.
difficulties with this lobby, but yes, it's been a while. Obviously, Trunk, you were on that Gladiators team last year. That had a pretty good run yourself.
Yeah, I was a sub on that team. Wolfie, who is a player this season for Gladiators, has really been the lead for this team, kind of bringing stuff together. They've had great success making the play-ins here tonight. They didn't like fall off a bridge. Like a lot of, I think a lot of people expected them after CJ didn't return, and then Magic's moved up in a league, so the roster was kind of shaky after that. But I think they did a really good job remaking the roster to get here tonight.
Yes, they did. You know, they picked up Vokes pretty late in the season. So they got banned this one, Wolfie and Vokes. And then on the side of Hypernova, it does look like their new acquisition, they picked up Draco, and it looks like it's going to be um, Draco instead of Tripwire tonight.
Trip,
So it's going to
yeah.
be Creed, Draco, and Jaegers. And I kind of like that. I mean, Trip's a great player. I know they had chemistry off and on throughout the season. Trip was huge for them playing early on in the season. But Draco's a really, really solid third man. And with how aggressive Creed and Jaegers can be, I think he's going to bring a little more balance to this Hypernova team. And I think they need that because this Gladiators team, having played them pretty recently, they are very aggressive. They love to bump when you least expect it. And I think, you know, their counter play style that they have too is going to definitely need a little bit more defensive pressure. So having Draco in for this matchup, maybe it was just a one-time thing, knowing Draco's a little more third man minded, but I definitely think it's going to be helpful for them in this one.
Yeah, 100%. Draco brings back that third man, like you said, but Wolfie, Nemesis Prospect League demo leader, Nemesis all-time demo leader. It's gonna be a hard night for him, for Draco here against Wolfie. I'd like to see how he plays against these demos and how they all rotate based off that.
Yeah, Wolfie, definitely a big bumper, big demoer, as you said, #1 all time in Nemesis. And then, you know, also his teammate Ban this one is averaging over 400 points per game. He's in the top 4 or 5 for player rating in Prospect this season. But again, on the other side of things, you know, you have Jaegers and Creed who have had a very good season as well.
Yeah, 100%. They are, I believe, both top 5 in player rating. Or not top. Are they top 5? No. They're top 15. You gotta give them respect. But they are really good players in their own. I think they can both lead this team tonight. So I'd say it's a pretty even matchup tonight. It could go either way, in my opinion. What's your
Yeah.
prediction, Speed?
Oh, this is such a tough one. I I got the boys, Jaegers, Vokes. I've known both of them for a very, very long time. But I think having played both of these teams and just knowing the play styles, I think Gladiators are going to be able to withstand this Hypernova pressure from Jaegers and Creed. I know they've had both amazing seasons. Jaeger's averaging over a goal a game, and Creed is averaging 0.9 assists per game. Um, so, I mean, almost every single goal Jaegers is scoring is roughly probably coming from Creed. I know Gallium was there at the beginning of the season. However, I just think that this Gladiators team, their pressure that they're able to put on, their speed of play with Wolfie's bumps and demos. Vokes likes to bump and demo. You know, they're just very, very good. And then just having banned this one who has just been all over the field this season is going to be a really tough matchup for this Hypernova squad.
Yeah, Vokes has been a very consistent player, a very positional player. I've played with him a lot. Doesn't go for anything too mechy, but definitely a player you want on your team. Not known to make a lot of mistakes, so I think this will be a pretty clean game from the Gladiators. And I have them taking it 3-2 in total, I believe. I think that Hypernova will put up some games here just because of the firepower between Jaegers and Creed.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be really close. I can definitely, and I think this one's going to go to game five. We're in the play-ins, so as we said, it is only five, best of five still. So I definitely think it's going to be really, really close. Definitely think it's going to five. I think Gladiators are going to be able to take it in five. They're on the revenge arc. They went perfect through last season's regular season. Wolfie did, and then some unfortunate circumstances led to them being swept in the first round by a hot Ember team. But kickoff is underway here. That ball's rolling up just wide, and Jaeger's not able to get a touch. This one's going to get sent downfield. Jaeger's plenty of boost to corral. This one's going to send it over one. Vokes unable to get a touch. Jaeger sends that one down, but this one's up early. Not a lot of boost, though. Not able to follow it. Now, Draco missing that one, but Vokes is there to keep it in. It's going to 50 this one with Draco. This one gets a touch, but not the greatest. Now, Creed, Jaeger's trying to get a little counterattack here. Jaeger's up off the backboard, but not able to read it was Creed, but Creed trying to stay with it, and a flying Draco comes through. As the first 45 seconds here, we've seen a lot of pressure from both teams, and honestly, a lot of mistakes, and nothing yet able to come through here.
Yeah, I said it was going to be a clean game. I did not expect this. Maybe a little nerves coming into this game. Elimination on the line. You want to play your best here. Make less mistakes than the opposite team is what both teams will look for here, as a lot of people miss speed.
Yeah, we're seeing misses left and right here. Definitely, I think the nerves of knowing that your season is on the line. As a bump comes out from Creed, Vokes not able to flip into that one, and we have our first goal of this match.
100%. Both kind of left in here, left alone, as this one was left in a bad position where he got bumped out by Creed, and just a really unfortunate defensive possession there for the Gladiators.
We've seen a lot of whiffs, a lot of mistakes coming out here, and that one definitely hurt the Gladiators, as we've seen low boost, poor boost management, the misses in the midfield. It's not something you want to see, but both of these teams definitely have the ability to snap out of it. It's still a minute and a half into this game. They're just getting warmed up, feeling each other out, as Folks, Wolfie go for a pinch ban. This one trying to get the redirect, but no, he's not able to. But over to Wolfie, who's going to send this one off the backboard. Jaeger's there to corral. Vokes, Jaeger's going to send this one out. Get the mid boost. Doesn't try to 50, and this one's going to be sent downfield by This one. Creed having to make a touch, as that one was looking to go off crossbar. This one back past to Vokes, but Vokes just a little too close. Not able to corral that one. It's going to get sent down to Wolfie. He's going to get a touch to the corner. But Creed's there, gets a soft touch. Can he follow it? No. Draco trying to make an attempt. That one's not going to succeed either. Now, Wolfie passing it over to This one. It's going to leave it, send it to the corner. Wolfie pops it over to This one's there. No, that one's going to get sent away by Jaegers. Now, This one's going to have to send this one back to the corner as we reach that halfway point here, Trunk, and we are still 1-0.
Yeah, I'm surprised I haven't seen a lot of upfield play from Wolfie here. He's playing very patient, very more team-oriented, getting a lot of passes here. But that's not his bread and butter. I want to see Wolfie go for some demos here and open up their counterattacks, as they have been on that defensive side more than they've been on the offense.
I would agree with you there. Wolfie sitting back, kind of playing more of a third man role as he dives on that one, trying to make something happen. This one sends it down, but Jaegers is there and just flips it up in the midfield. No one there for the Gladiators. But Jaegers is going to try to rush onto that one, and he sends it right back down to the Gladiators. Wolfie up. Not able to get that one either. Now Draco sends this one middle for Creed. Creed's got a little bit of boost to work with. He gets the dunk off the backboard. Is there anyone there to finish it? Yes, Jaegers is there, but that one's going to be sent away by Wolfie, as Vokes has lost connection, and we are going to see this new feature that we have here, as the admin of the match, our streamer tonight, Mr. Rockerman, notices it. We have the pause going on here. Chunk, sorry. I saw Gallium's name in chat. Pretty cool feature that we have here, Chunk.
Yeah, a rare epic games making the game better moment, in my opinion. I really like this feature just because it really helps with all these league games. You can just be able to pause the game and make it more fair. Often in the past, we would have to reset games if someone DC'd in the first couple minutes, but if there is someone in the game who's like admin, we can pause these matches and make them more realistic.
Yeah, and I love seeing it when they do it in RLCS and stuff. And it's really helpful. It's really nice, and to be able to emphasize and utilize that here now, especially for the postseason, is amazing. We don't have to worry about starting a whole new game. It keeps us on track with our schedule, as especially when we get into the actual playoffs where we're playing best of sevens. Um, that timeline is very strict to stick to, and to be able to eliminate, instead of having to play a whole nother 3.5 minutes over again, or a team, trying to complain and lose a game because someone disconnected and they weren't able to join back quick enough. It's just really unfortunate. But there is, obviously 5 minutes for the player to come back. That is part of the new rule. And then we will be restarting from the kickoff with 135 left, um, at 1-0. Um, but we'll give them their 5 minutes to try to join back, and then if they cannot join back, we'll just resume at 2v3 for the remainder of this game. um and if they can't join back, hopefully their sub is ready and able to play. But there is no sub. um I believe I didn't catch that. I don't believe the sub is able to join in place of them for the reset. It would have to be after the game.
Yeah. Not mid match, it would have to be the next game. But I believe that this rule next season, or not the rule, but this change, stat sheets rejoice, we will no longer have to replay games. I know servers can still crash, which I know has happened a lot during the season. I think it happened to Minotaur's Hypernova earlier on. But other than that, it really just helps with keep consistency with all the stats, all the points, all the juicy info we like to bring up on stream.
Yeah, exactly. And here we are. 2 minutes left for Vokes to join back, by the way, for everyone sitting at home wondering. Um, I just love it. It makes everything so much easier, even for non-streamed matches, right? Able to um the party leader is gonna have to be on top of it if you're the party leader and hosting the lobby for sure. We could run into some discrepancies of, if a player disconnects from the other team, um, and the pause not happening right away, or them not wanting to pause, which obviously is still going to be paused. We're going to be able to see the replay. We're going to be able to tell that a player disconnected. It just going to get messy. Can get messy if a captain slash player doesn't want to pause it. Um, but this
Yeah,
is just
hundred
really
percent.
cool to see. It was unfortunate. I actually DC'd on Monday in my match, and we didn't have this. Thankfully, it didn't hurt us. Um, but if it did hurt us and then this came out, I definitely would have been a little salty.
Yeah, 100%. It's a great feature. In the future, I think maybe like we'll have a GM come in and like host the lobby if he recognizes something like as someone keeping close attention to the game. I think he or she, whoever is watching, can pause the game and really it be neutral, so no team captain will complain. I think that would help with these games, but it might get messy other than that. But I know a lot of games will be normal. This will just be like a rare occurrence.
Yeah, and I'm loving this right now. We're getting to see right now What's going to happen if a player does not join back in time? We're going to resume from play at a disadvantage here for the Gladiators, 2v3. Um, Vokes is still allowed to join the match before the timer hits 0 if he comes back. As we are resuming here, ball in play, no, not from kickoff here, as ball is now in the corner. It's a little weird, nice flow of play, but Gladiators are able to handle it well. They are down a player still. It's going to be ban this one, and Wolfie taking on Hypernova currently, as this one's going to get sent down. Creed, not a lot of boost, but he does pick up the middle boost, flicks it across. He can put it on. No, he can't, and ban this one's going to send this away. Wolfie, soft touch to the corner. Ban this one, puts it across in front of his net. Thankfully, Creed was not there to read that one. Jaegers sends this one off the backboard. Creed. I'm getting a little laggy. I just lagged out. Go ahead and take it.
Yeah, the game's been really interesting. Just they've had to play it 2v3, and I know that changes a lot with rotations. Changes the entire dynamic of the game. As Jaegers will put one in, keeping this game out of reach if Vokes does come back and rejoin. But just big demos coming out of the 2v3. Some people may call it cringe. They're just doing what it takes to win, in my opinion.
Yeah. Crazy. I even got DC'd as a caster here.
Yeah, as Bandits 1 is up for this one. Looking for a reset. Going for some risky plays here when they're down a player. As Wolfie a little too far up, he may get punished here, but he'll send it away. They're going to have to look for some sort of counter attack, I think, here in order to get a goal and maybe equal this up, but it's a little late in the game. I'd like to see them just kind of settle this game down. Try to go for a game 2 with all the players available if they can. But I think this might be a wrench in the plan of Gladiators. Just not able to find what they wanted here in Game 1 speed, and 100% think that if Vokes doesn't come back, it's going to be even rougher for them going on.
Yeah, it definitely can be rough for the Gladiators if Vokes, excuse me, is not able to come back and join this one. He still hasn't joined the lobby. Gladiators sub is Kingston. I don't know how much time they've got with him. I know he was a fairly new addition to this roster as well. So hopefully they've got some practice, some scrim time in with Kingston. But this is definitely an uphill battle for the Gladiators if Vokes can't come back. Super unfortunate. You got to try to keep the morales up too after this. You know, at least we had that pause feature. It was able to give them a chance to get Vokes back into this game without any delay, without, you know, any downside. But Hypernova is going to take game number 1 against the Gladiators. They are up 1-0 in the series. We now have to wait to see what is going to happen with the Gladiators, whether Vokes is able to join back, whether their sub is here, because this could get really unfortunate, as Vokes has joined the lobby, so it looks like he is back up and running, and hopefully he has no more issues moving forward here, Chunk.
Yeah, 100%. Just unfortunate. I know he was on sketchier Wi-Fi early in their season, but I believe he is back with better Wi-Fi. Just an unfortunate event here, but I'd like to see how you bounce back from that if you're Gladiators. Definitely took a dent in their mental, so I think it depends how they come back from this game 2 on if they can even this up.
Yeah, as Vokes looking to make something happen, that one's going to get dunked out right away. Vokes again sends this one middle. Wolfie's up, trying to put it on. No, that one's going to get 50'd, as Gladiators, they are hungry. They're thirsty for this early goal. As Ben, this one's going to let this go back in the corner. He's going to corral it. He gets it past one. Can he get it past another? Yes, he does. The pass over to Wolfie in the middle, and we're going to see Wolfie scoring. He's not just a demo bump machine, but he can also put it in the back of the net.
Yeah, it looks like today he's playing more team-oriented, ready for the pass there. Just a really solid play by Van this one, being patient, getting it past one and getting it middle to Wolfie to give him momentum here in this game that I was looking for. So I think they can ride this and really even up the series.
Yes, they can. As Wolfie's trying to get another one, he's gonna bounce shot that one. That one goes high. Creed gets a touch and he's gonna send that one down. And this one's gonna keep it in with a 50. Trying to get back to the ball. Creed, Ban, 50 that one, but right out to Wolfie, who has plenty of boost. He's up, sends it off the backboard. That one's gonna go right down in front, but Vokes has to be patient as Draco was sitting right there. Now Ban this one up again, looking for the double tap himself. He does, he gets it middle, but Creed's gonna send that one up high. Wolfie's there, sends it high as well. Vokes can't find it, as this one's gonna go back the other way. Draco gets a great 50 there. Wolfie is back to send this one to the sidewall, but not great, as Creed's now gonna get the shot on. Now Gladiators looking to have a counter as their own, as Ban this one sends it down to Vokes, who's gonna put this one middle, but that one's gonna get sent away, as we're seeing Gladiators come out full force here in game number 2, Chunk.
100%. They were all up there with no boost, leaving themselves open for a counterattack. As bad this one will put one in off a drop down from a rainbow from that that little post up there that we've seen. Never mind, I didn't see the 50, my bad. But a great reaction time from Ban this one to put them up here and really set the pace for this game 2 speed.
Yeah, that's super unfortunate if you're Jaeger. You're trying to get the 50 there, and it hits off of your car, goes up, and comes down right in front of your net. Ban this one having the momentum, able to read that one way easier than the Hypernova's defender sitting in net, as this one's going to get sent down. Creed's going to miss this one. Vokes racing with Draco, but no. Draco gets just enough of that, as this one's now going to get sent down to the midfield. Draco pops it over another one. Wolfie there. Draco gonna send that one middle, as a double commit comes out by the Gladiators on the defensive end, but it's not gonna hurt them, as Creed and Jaegers both rushing to the corner. Oh no, this could be trouble, but no, that one's gonna get sent away. Now Vokes 50 this one to the corner. Creed, not a lot of boost, has to take his time. Gonna 50 it with Wolfie. Gets it straight up in the air. Ban this one quick to that one. He's gonna dunk him, but Draco's sitting in net, as another team bump is coming out here from Hypernova. Is that one gonna punish him? And it is, and Wolfie is going to put the Gladiators up 3-0.
It looks like they might have been a little cold coming off that last game, as Gladiators have just put on the pressure on and on this game. Making what I will believe to be a equal series as we've got going on. But I'd like to see how Hypernova now kind of shakes off that ice, shakes off the rust they had. I'd like to see how they can respond to this resurge of Gladiators.
Yeah, and hopefully right here, starting with Draco, who gets it past one, continue the air dribble. Does he get the bump? He does get the bump, and he is instantly going to give a little life to this Hypernova squad with a great solo play.
Yeah, it was a question coming in tonight if he was going to play. A lot of people thought Tripwire was going to play, but Draco making an impact on why he should be the one playing in tonight's game, as he makes a phenomenal solo play there.
As another shot comes out there by Creed, and Ban this one makes a touch. Gonna send that one away, but dangerous as that one gets sent back to the middle, but Ban this one back on this one. Creed alone, low boost, able to just get up and send that one back to his corner, as still has not a lot of boost, and that one's gonna get left in the middle for Vokes, but Vokes gonna send that one high and leave that one for Ban this one now, as Wolfie sends that one off of the crossbar. We hear that one ringing. Now Draco looking for another attack, but he's gonna get bumped, but it doesn't matter, as Creed is waiting downfield for that touch.
Yeah, Vokes kind of left in a 3v1 there, has to make something happen. Plays very fast, and unfortunately they get it over him, and just an easy goal to capitalize here for Hypernova, as they are back in this game, and it is anyone's game now. Both teams have shown insane pressure this game. It's about who can finish this match.
As Creed, not the greatest of touches, but he's able to get the 50 with Vokes to keep that one out of the back of his net, as there's a minute 20 left. They're still down a goal, plenty of time left. They don't need to panic, as a panic comes out there from, I believe, Draco, and that one's gonna get put in the back of the net there by Ban this one, as we see it was Creed who went lunging there and left Jaegers in a bad spot.
Yeah, not the spot you want to be left in if you're that third man. Just a really unfortunate play. It's all the power is in that shooter's hands, and it's just really hard to play. But I think that they need to clean up their defense here if they not leave their teammates in positions like that. So in order to keep these games closer than it has been.
Yes, as I do agree, the defenses on both sides have been a little rough at times, as we have 45 seconds remaining here. Hypernova is down by 2 goals. That one's going to get sent down to the midfield ban. This one's up early, and a bump's coming out from Vokes. And this is how the Gladiators can be so dangerous, is with those little back bumps.
Yeah, just gets it over. The last man, last man has to be wary of the guy in the net as a Vokes just clears the way for ban this one, as he has 3 goals in this game. As he has shown dominance here in this game too.
Yes, 3 goals from Ban this one, 4 assists coming out from Vokes after he was DC'd in that first game. And Hypernova needs to find some momentum here. We really need to see Jaeger step it up. He has only 58 points here as we're in the final 20 seconds, as another shot's going to come out from Vokes. And this game is all but over. Creed going to get that touch off his backboard. And as I stated, you know, Jaeger's sitting at 58 points. Wasn't really able to get much going in this game. Not a lot of ball touches. And that's a player, if you're Hypernova, that you really need to get going, as Creed is going to put in his 2nd goal of the game. Give them a little momentum here heading into game number 3.
Yeah, 100%. As I saw ban this one a little laggy in their net. I don't know if he kind of said the game was over and I don't want to play, or if we're gonna have another disconnect, but you have to be wary in these matches, as everything is on the line. As a Creed with 6 saves, 786 points, doing everything he can to keep that game close. But I think that we saw a lot more physicality here from the Gladiators in this game, and it really changed up the entire trajectory of the series.
It really did. You know, they had super unfortunate game number 1. Vokes, I think, had something to prove after disconnecting, saying, hey guys, game 1, my bad. I know we let Hypernova take that first one. I disconnected. I couldn't get back on. But he made up for it there in that game number 2. He had 4 assists. He had that huge bump there that we saw at the end. And him and Ban this one just really went off there in game number 2. And Wolfie had a great overall showing. You know, Wolfie still had 2 goals himself, as we're now game number 3. The series is tied up 1-1. And you really want to win this one, Trunklight, as winner of this game number 3 goes on match point and is 1 game closer to keeping your season alive and fighting on Saturday night for that number 8 seed.
Yeah, no one's health bar is blinking red yet. They still have a game to give up, but you do not want to go down and give the other team an advantage here in that final match. And as Wolfie will get one through the middle, a miscommunication, but a great hit from Jaegers, I guess, to his teammate. I thought his teammate hit that, but great force from Ban this one to send it middle as he wanted to Wolfie, and they will get a early goal here to go up speed.
Yes, they will, as Jaegers not quite able to get the touch, as we did talk about that. Jaegers didn't have the greatest of game 2s. Had a tough touch there. I know he had to really dive on it, but Jaegers trying to get himself on the board, trying to get a little momentum, but this one's going to come back the other way here for the Gladiators. But Ban this one didn't have a lot of boost to try to make anything happen with that. Now Jaegers going to take this one over. Gonna go to the corner, looking for a pass middle, gets it past one, gets it down. No, Ben, this one's gonna block this one. Has plenty of boost to work with, but he's gonna dangerously flip that one back towards his net, and Wolfie has to dive on that one and just make a small touch. As this one's gonna sit in the corner awkwardly for a little bit. Creed, not a lot of boost. Gonna leave it for Jaegers. Gets it around 1. Can he get another touch? No. Vokes is gonna send that one down to the corner as Creed's able to keep it in. Hypernova really looking to get one. Jaegers gets met in the middle by Ban this one. He's trying to get a pinch. He does. He's going to send this one down. But Creed is there. Sends this one off the corner wall to Vokes. But no, again, not greatest touches and clears here from Hypernova, as that one's going to go up over Creed. And Creed not in the greatest position there, and Gladiators again going to strike here in game 3.
Yeah, a lot of 50s, a lot of variables that not everyone can predict, but a great job by Ban this one to capitalize on that and put them up 2 in this game as he 50 out 50 that guy in net. And I think that you got to stop Ban this one if you're Hypernova. And also a thing I've been noticed from Hypernova, a lot of solo plays. I think that Gladiators have been playing better as a cohesive unit than this Hypernova team tonight. I'd like to see Hypernova step up and make some plays together.
Yeah, I would agree. There's been a lot of solo attempts. We've also seen not the greatest of clears and touches from the Hypernova squad. Poor boost management. They really just need to, I think, like you said, work on some team plays. Their boost management hasn't been the greatest there. As a passing play comes out there from Jaegers, but Creed was pre-jumped way too early and unable to make that read, as this one's going to get sent down into Hypernova defensive end. A bump comes out from Vokes, but Wolfie's not there to swallow that one up as the net was left wide open. Creed, great, not the greatest touch, kind of sends it backwards. Thankfully, Wolfie not able to get the greatest touch either. This one's going to be sent away by Jaegers, but again, not the clears just aren't there from Hypernova. We're seeing a lot of pre-jumps. We're seeing a lot of low boost situations where they're just not able to quite get the touches they're looking for here, Chunk.
Yeah, 100%. When you aren't able to get that first touch you want, it doesn't clear up the food for you to go up and get boost, and just really leaves you limited on your boost options and leaves you in bad situations on defense with low boost, able to not make even more clears, good clears. And I think that they need to really find a way to get those clears, and if they do that, I think it's open for them, as that was open for Vokes.
As folks is going to say, thank you, Creed. Again, not the greatest of touches coming out from Hypernova. Third man pushed up a little too far, and the combination of being pushed up too far and not getting the touch that you're looking for is going to set up Vokes there for a wide open net. Give themselves a 3-0 lead here. They're looking to take game number 3 and go up 2-1 in the series after they lost game 1. But Jaegers has one in net. He does get the 50. And again, a late resurgence here coming from Hypernova.
Yeah, we saw it last game, like you said. Ban this one used his boost to demo an attacker in his side, and it just left him in an awkward position, and Jaeger's able to capitalize on that. Could we see a 1-minute comeback here in the play-in speed?
It's very possible. Hypernova had a great bit at it last game, but just wasn't enough, as this one's going to be put on from Ban this one, and that's going to go off the post. Jaegers trying to make something happen, but didn't have the boost. Again, third man coming out from Hypernova, not a lot of boost. This one, Vokes, no boost either, and this one is going to end up getting sent down into the midfield, but Wolfie's there, turns on it. Creed not able to get the touch, but he's going to take it over to the corner. It's going to be met by Vokes. No, he's going to get it past him. Draco gets the 50. Ban this one. Plenty of boost, though. He's going to send this one to his back corner. Let Vokes corral that one. He's up early. Gets it past another one. Vokes, can he beat the defender? No, he can't. Jaegers is going to send this one down as there's 15 seconds left. Jaegers needs to get this goal in now to give them a chance to try to tie this one. And he's going to leave it for Creed. And a great play by Hypernova to be within 1 goal now with 11 seconds to go, Chunk.
Good communication there, as Ban this one was just kind of pre-jumped, and Vokes a little too far back to make that save and just puts him in reaches. We've seen a member of Hypernova struggle in both of these games, as we see Draco here with only 86 points so far. I'd like to see an equal stat line, as they will put the ball down here and be on match point speed. Very dangerous here for Hypernova. They need to find an answer.
They do need to find an answer, and that is a great point you said. We're seeing 2 players on this Hypernova roster who are really standing out in their games, but their third man just can't seem to find themselves into the groove with the other 2. We saw it last game with Jaegers. He wasn't able to do much with Draco and Creed. We saw it this game. Draco not able to get into much of the action with Creed and Jaegers. And Gladiators just after game one, after the disconnect, they're just all three of them are finding their groove. You know, they're all being in the participation here. They all had a goal, and then we saw a couple saves come out here from Ban This One and Wolfie in this match. Pretty even on shots. I believe it was 5-5, maybe 5-6 in favor of Gladiators and that last one. So Hypernova's getting chances, but they're not getting great chances.
Yeah, 100%. We saw a little communication there. We saw Ban This One kind of out of position and them capitalize. I'd like to see them get capitalization early in the game. Being down can affect that mental a lot, and it just really changes the effect of the game.
It does, as a early attempt coming out from Hypernova, but it's going to be denied by the Gladiators. This one's going to be sent down to Creed. Creed trying to get it past two. He can't. Jaegers puts this one on net. Wolfie, can he get back to it? No. And we're seeing Jaegers get on the board early here for Hypernova. And if you're a Hypernova fan, this is exactly what you wanted to see.
Yeah, we see Gladiators committed too far up, just ready for an attack, but they get counterattacked, and really no one there, no one home to put away the Jaeger shot from that.
As folks trying to get a touch on that one, but no, he's not able to. Just out off of the reach of the front of his car. Wolfie up early, sends this one off the backboard. Vokes up early with him, but that one's going to go just high too. Draco, not a lot of boost, is going to get 50 with Ban this one. Creed still up, able to get it past one, but he's going to get demoed for his efforts. And Jaegers and Draco both commit on that one. It's up for Wolfie. He can't find it as he was getting challenged as well from Hypernova. Now Hypernova is going to get pre-jumped here early from Ban This One, but right to Creed, who's following that play up, and he's going to slot it in for their second goal in this game number 4.
Creed has been dominant with the follow-ups. We saw one late last game. We see one here. Just able to capitalize off these plays. And if you're Gladiators now, you're kind of seeing a lot of momentum. This could get scary, especially if you let them get the game and go into game 5.
Yeah, we've seen it here. Gladiators, they're up 2-1 in the series, but they are such an aggressive team that we've seen how the play style can easily be countered, as we've seen 2 counter plays come out from Hypernova. As we just see 2 more Gladiators players dive on that ball with not a lot of boost, and is going to put Wolfie in a bad position, but he does well to deal with it. He's going to get it cleared down the field into the corner. Demo comes out from Jaegers. Creed gets it past one. He's going to send it middle, but no one there to collect that pass. As Draco sends this one downfield. He's trying to get it past Ban This One. He's not quite able to. Draco gets a touch middle. Jaegers not able to follow that one well, as he just gets a touch, and it's going to be sent downfield now for the Gladiators. Looking to make an attempt, but that one's going to be saved by Creed. And a 50 comes out here between Vokes, as this one's going to get sent over Vokes' head now, as we have 3 minutes left in this game. Chunklight, Hypernova's up 2-0, and we've only seen 2 shots come out from the Gladiators so far.
Yeah, I thought what we were gonna see there was what they've been doing so well, sustained pressure, just kind of boost starving them in their own half. But I'd like to see more of that play style here from Gladiators. It has worked so effectively this series, and I'd like to see some more demos. We kind of went away from it, but it kind of worked, so you got to give them props. But you need to find something to cut this lead down and even up this game.
As Creed's trying to get this one middle, he does to Jaegers, but that one's going to be saved by Wolfie, and now he's got a counterattack, but he's going to pop it off of the ceiling. But Folks is there. He gets the touch. He can't follow it. Can Ban This One get a touch? Yes, he can. Creed, 0 boost, gets the slightest of touches, and Wolfie's going to send this one up off the backboard. He gets the double tap, and he's going to bring life to this Gladiators team with 2 minutes remaining.
Yeah, Creed didn't get the best of clears. Draco just kind of left in an awkward scenario where Wolfie just perfectly pops it over, and Wolfie, great play for a prospect here to make that. Just really able to capitalize when his team needed it the most.
He does, as now Gladiators a little life here in this game number 4 on Forbidden Temple. Ban This One sends it over to the Vokes, off the backboard to Wolfie, and that was going to be deflected into the net, as I believe that was Jaegers and net, who couldn't quite, no, it was Draco, cut Jaegers off here and is going to send that one in.
Yeah, Draco just looked a little bit awkward coming back into the play and really just got caught off guard with a powerful shot on net and redirects it in his own net. So I'd like to see him maybe make up for the mistake here and set them up again as they need to find an answer now to this Gladiators quick offense.
Yes, as they tried right there. Great pass comes out from Draco to Jaegers, but that one's going to go off of the post as now a counterattack's coming out here from the Gladiators, but that one's going to get sent away and cleared out. Wolfie gets it past 2. Creed's going to send this one down to the corner, relieve some pressure. Ban this one, gets it by 1, but he's going to get demoed and give Creed plenty of time to work with here. Creed not the greatest of touches yet again and going to get dunked out by Vokes. Wolfie's up, gets a 50 with Jaegers. Draco misses his first touch. Ban this one, sends it middle, gets the double tap. Is there someone there from the Gladiators? Yes, Vokes is, but they're going to come out and send it with a whiff as final minute remaining. We are 2-2 here. Creed takes it into the corner, trying to get the 50. He does, but great 50 by Vokes, keeping it in his offensive half. And this one's now going to get sent downfield to ban this one with not a lot of boost. Draco's trying to create havoc, getting some bumps and demos, but Vokes is still there to get the 50 and send it down away as we're in the final 30 seconds here, Chunk. 2-2. What team do you think is going to find a way in the final 30 seconds to put this one away?
Gladiators have had insane pressure. We haven't seen this Hypernova team been able to get off their own half. They've been having to deal with this relentless attack, but I think if you're a Hypernova here, it's important to keep in your mind this is still an even game. It may look like they've got a lot of momentum, but you got to keep in mind that this game is still very winnable for you.
It is 4 seconds remaining. This one's going to get sent to the middle. Ban this one has plenty of boost, but Draco's going to get the beat there, and this ball's still up. Are we going to see overtime, or are we going to see a 0-second heroics? No, that one's going to drop, and we are going to see overtime here in game number 4 on Forbidden Temple. Gladiators 2, Hypernova 2. Hypernova's season is on the line. You lose, you go home. This one's going to get sent off of the backboard. Draco with a great clear. Ban this one flipping at it. Draco, double. No, he's going to miss. And Ban this one's going to send this one down to the midfield. But Creed's there with plenty of boost. Gets the ceiling pinch, but he's not able to get the double. Jaegers there. No, Draco there. He's going to give this Hypernova what they need. And we are going to see game 5.
Big step up from Draco when they needed him the most after a kind of mistake from him. Big step up here, and we see, like we were talking about, not able to keep up, but Hypernova, very equal performance. Everyone able to get involved and really participate as a team in this one, as they all had 1 goal and 1 assist Speed.
Yes, they did. And this is what we were talking about. If the Hypernova roster was going to succeed, they all needed to have an important impact in a singular game together. And they were all within 40 score of each other. Like you said, everyone had a goal. Everyone had an assist. Almost everyone had a save. They were doing their parts. They also outshot the Gladiators in this one 12-5. And it looked, that's kind of shocking to me, Trunklate, as it looked like Gladiators had a lot of pressure. They just weren't able to get shots off.
100%. They had so much pressure. They had great offensive attacks, just not able to really shoot the ball and get pressure here. But I think that if you're Gladiators, you got to give yourself props in that game. You were down 0-2. You made it a fight. And I'd like to see them make that a fight here in this game 5 Speed. I'd like to see them step up here. And we could get our prediction right, 3-2, but this is anyone's game from what I've seen so far.
I would have to agree with that. Now, Chunk, I'm going to ask you, who, now that we've seen how this series has played out, Hypernova coming in with that little momentum here with the game 4 overtime win, who do you have in this game number 5 as Gladiators are going to strike early, 10 seconds into this one?
Yeah, this might have changed my answer. Vokes just missed it, caught Draco off guard, and good follow-up from Ban this one. But I was going to say Hypernova if they can do what they did last game and get everyone involved, but they are finding themselves in a hole now, Speed.
They are, but it's still early. It's only 10 seconds in. They are coming off of that momentum, although Gladiators did force 2 goals late to force it to overtime. as Draco missing that one. Wolfie there. No, Creed's going to 50 this one out, but Vokes is still there. He's going to send this one middle. Creed, not a lot of boost coming off the backboard. Vokes gets the touch off the back wall, and he's going to give the Gladiators a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, when I was saying Vokes is not mechanical, I did not expect him to hit that. What a phenomenal shot from Vokes. That has to be disheartening if you're Hypernova. Just a great play from Vokes to set them up too.
Beautiful shot from Vokes, and that's one of those shots where he was attempting to make that happen, but you look at it and you go, there's no way, and he just found a way. That's what Vokes does. He finds a way. He doesn't want to make this game number 5 close. He wants to make it convincing, give themselves momentum heading into Saturday night, as this one's going to get sent off the backboard, but it's going to be cleared by Ban. This one left in the midfield. Draco puts this one, but again, sent away by Ban. This one by Hypernova, staying on the ball in the offensive end, sent off the backboard yet again by Hypernova, and that one's going to be turned away by Wolfie this time, as Gladiators and Vokes is going to send this one downfield and relieve some of that pressure now. But Hypernova, they know what's on the line. Can they make it happen? No, they're going to leave this one in the middle of the field, and Vokes is going to send that one off the post, as Hypernova really needs to get going now. They've had great chances in the last minute or so, but they still haven't found one in the back of the net.
Yeah, you gotta be grateful though if you're Hypernova, as Vokes has sent 2 off the post so far in this game. I would like to see them capitalize here. They've got a little bit of pressure, but nothing too convincing so far. Not a good shot coming out, but I'd like to see this team step up here and make a difference. They need to get one here soon.
Yeah, I think we've seen Creed for this Hypernova roster. He's looked really, really good all night long. I really think Jaegers needs to be the one to step up and give Creed a little help. Maybe Draco, as Draco was looking for that, but that one's going to be sent away yet again by this Gladiators defense. Their backboard defense has been unreal, and they're just not giving Hypernova any clean shots, any clean rebounds, as Hypernova trying to force something down here. Draco 50ing it in the corner with Vokes. Jaegers is up early. Can he get the touch? No. Wolfie's going to send this one down. Creed up early, 50s this one, but no one's going to be up for Hypernova, and Ben, this one's going to send it down to Vokes, but Vokes doesn't have boost, and he's going to elect to try to get a bump. This one also sent off the backboard, and we're just seeing Gladiators pressure and pepper this Hypernova's backboard.
Yeah, 100%. If you're Hypernova, you got to get a shot. What I've seen here from Gladiators, a lot of people being on that backboard, they do not want to let up a double or another pass off that backboard, so maybe if you're Hypernova, you gotta find some infield pass, find something on the ground, find a follow-up or something, as Jaegers will get a good solo play here, but it will be sent off.
Yeah, Jaegers, again, we talked about it. Hypernova going and electing for solo plays. Jaegers had 2 beat, he had plenty of boost, and he had both his teammates pushing up with him, and instead of trying to pass that one mid, he elects to go for the solo play, and that one's going to be turned away as we have now a minute and a half left. Hypernova still putting on the pressure, outshooting Gladiators 9-4 so far, but still have nothing on the scoreboard to show for it, as a double commit comes out here. Jaegers and Draco, but that one's going to be sent down to Draco. Trying to find Jaegers in the corner, but he doesn't have the boost to follow it up. Ban this one in Creed. Creed's going to send that one off of his corner, but right to Vokes, and Vokes is going to slot that one in, and I think that one might be the dagger. I know there's still a minute and 8 here, Chunk Light, but it's a 3-0 deficit.
Yeah, Vokes has stepped up here for his game 1 disconnect. He has 600 points so far, just showing pure dominance. 2 goals, 1 assist, 4 saves, showing up here in this game. And you can see why he dropped down from Charlie, as he is still competing at a high level here in Prospect.
He really is, as Hypernova needs to get something going now. Creed trying to make something happen, but not a lot of boost. He's going to elect to try to get that pass out to Jaegers, but he doesn't have boost. He's going to collect that midfield. Now Draco in the midfield. Can he get something going? He's going to get beat from the back challenge from Wolfie, and this Gladiators defense is just swarming the offense of Hypernova, and they're going to counter, and Vokes is going to get his hat trick. 100% goal participation. Gladiators are running away with this game 5.
Yeah, guess who? It's Evokes. Great plays from him all game. We've seen a dominant defensive performance. They've been outshot, but they have been able to really stop all the flurry of attacks we've seen. And they've been dominating this game 4 or game 5 and really just shown that they were the better team here in this series, Speed.
Yes, they did. As you know, this is all but over. Just ball, 10 seconds, ball hitting the ground. Hypernova had a great season. They started to, struggle a little bit. Gallium requested a trade, and really since the Gallium left, they haven't been able to find too much of that synergy anymore. And, Gladiators battled out a tough series. Unfortunate that they DC'd in game 1. They lost a little momentum there, giving Hypernova that early 1-game lead, and then bounced right back, found a way, won game 3. Hypernova surged back, and we saw great moments of Hypernova surging. And, we obviously saw why they were here in the play-ins and why they were ready for this. However, that is going to do it here for this first game. We are slightly behind schedule, Chunklight, so we're going to wrap this one up real quick. We will be back in just a few minutes with some more Nemesis play-in action.
Really? He puts it in! 0 seconds remaining! He seems to be fighting hard for it. Oh my goodness! Rudy, what is this?
Doesn't get the touch he's looking for. Kato, Scott, oh, he gets the flick and he gets it through.
Place there's he's gonna get the shot. He's gonna put it in. Back to back. Backward. Can he find the touch? He's gonna put the shot on the net.
High off the backboard here. Opportunity. Here comes the shot.
This here, hold on. Surely this can. Oh my lord!
Go with the shot. It's gonna go in.
Oh, Copenhagen on the goal line. He did nearly over. Sweep. It comes through. The Venom, the improbable, the impossible, the 4-time champions. All right, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to our second matchup of the night. We just had an absolute banger of the first one, going all the way to game number 5. Gladiators holding on to win, taking down Hypernova, sending them home. I'm Rocker Man, back in the booth, joined by the one and only Ventus. Ventus, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing so amazing. I'm super excited for this matchup in particular. I got to cast the previous matchup between these two teams where Lightspeed was able to take a pretty dominant victory. So I'm really excited to see the rematch, whether Distortion will come out swinging, whether Lightspeed will be able to carry their momentum.
Yeah, we are definitely going to have to see. We'll talk a little bit more about this matchup as we go on. We got the teams ready in the lobby. The winner go home Ventus here against division rivals here, Distortion, Lightspeed. We got them in. Let's get a prediction and we can talk a little bit more about it as the match goes on.
Yeah, I mean, I really think I got to give it to the Lightspeed guys. I know that I helped Flip and Marco scrim them earlier, and they looked pretty solid. I mean, Landon and Deco looked really good, so I'm expecting those two to play really well. I think Lightspeed will take this in 4 games.
Yeah, that is what we saw on the last match of the regular season there. We saw these division rivals go up and do battle in that one, with Lightspeed winning in 4. But we are getting things underway here. Rivalry play-in tournament. Win and you move on to Saturday night. Lose and you are heading home. Lightspeed in the red, running with their normal lineup of Deco, Landon, and Xeroxa. And then Distortion running with Mason, Noah, and it was Tage, or Ventus?
Taj is what I was...
Okay, Taj. I forgot, so I apologize. So Taj is what we're going with for that one. But Distortion definitely going to need a big performance, especially from Mason and Taj, I would say, in this one. As you know, Ventus, we saw the last match of the regular season where Distortion struggled. It seemed like Lightspeed had all the pressure, all the momentum, and Distortion just couldn't get anything going.
Yeah, and I mean, it was a lot to do with their inability to keep pressure, as we see a great pass from Noah and a great shot from Mason. And this isn't something that we saw too much of, being able to take their corner boost, being able to take Lightspeed and keep it the midfield pressure. And so Distortion already being able to do that in game 1 is great signs for them. They're really stepping up early in game number 1.
Yeah, that was a huge play right there from Distortion, able to send it in the back of the net. A nice shot to send it in, and that's how you want to start it out here in the postseason. These teams obviously are very familiar with each other in the regular season, doing battle twice, and now for the third and final time this season, they'll do battle here. Distortion being the ones to start things out, but Landon, we're gonna send it back. Mason gonna grab a touch here off the sidewall, trying to send that one down, but a bump comes through by Xeroxa. This one pushed down. Deco and Landon, a little bit of a double commit comes through. As this one sent up, Xeroxa trying to find a touch, gonna find a 50 instead. As Tajay gonna send that one out. This one in the corner, popped across in the midfield. Deco looking to send it down. A little bit of control here from Mason on the sidewall, looking to push it towards the midfield here, but Landon is gonna take control. This one sent in. Mason looking for the bump. He's gonna find him on the back end. Noah gets the goal. What a great follow-up bump on the backside.
Yeah, I mean, just a good play there from Noah, taking it off of Landon's car, and Mason getting a great bump. Because, I mean, when you take out that last defender, it makes your life so much easier on the attacking side. Distortion doing a great job of it there. And Mason and Noah, both players who I looked at to step up in that previous series, stepping up big in game number 1 and really look like Distortion's back in form.
Yeah, they are looking good here. Starting off the postseason strong. 2 big goals to give them the early lead, but Lightspeed looking to bounce back there, but that one just pushed off. So Mason looking to follow up on this one. Noah gonna take that one, sending it high off the backboard, but Xeroxa sending it a long way to Deco. He's only able to push it into the corner. Tajay can't find that touch of 50. Gonna come out in the midfield. This one's sent down. Another 50 in the midfield. Landon trying to turn that one around. Another shot attempt coming through. That one is gonna ring off the post. It's not gonna go in. That one just bar down and out, Ventus.
Yeah, and that's really unfortunate there. We see that Lightspeed had that chance to make a goal. Landon had well, not an easy shot, but a potential free shot on net with the Distortion roster over committing on offense and leaving that hole in their rotation. And unfortunately, Lightspeed were just not able to finish that goal and finish the counterattack. And I mean, closing that gap early in the game is very detrimental to the team. Because they want to make it only a 1-goal game. If it's a 2-goal game with less than 30 seconds left, it's really hard to come back from. But if they can get 1 goal in between that time, it makes it much more doable. So very unfortunate for Lightspeed, but good on Distortion for able to keep that one out.
A lockdown defense here, trying to hold the shutout in game number 1. Is Tajay gonna try to find this one into the corner? Xerox pushing that one down a little bit. Landon looking to take control, sending it up high. Landon again following this one into the corner. Controlled by Distortion there. Deco, 50, coming out of the midfield. Dangerous ball, but a double commit comes through from Distortion. Trying to follow that one up, but can't quite get it out. Noah now sending it off to the side. Out of the midfield, the big demo comes up. This ball is high in the air. Xeroxa looking to send it down, but not quite going to put it on target as Landon pushes it back in. Mason looking to take control here, but can't quite find it. Deco sends it up high. Noah going to clear this one away, trying to extend it out into the Lightspeed end as we're down to 40 seconds remaining. Deco looking for something. He's trying to pop it down towards the net, but Mason is there to clear that one away. This one again sent up high. Lightspeed looking for anything here. As you mentioned, Ventus trying to find something with 30 seconds on the clock. You need at least one with a second remaining, but Distortion is not opting to give that one up here easily as this one is sent out into the Lightspeed zone. Looking to take control, finding that 50, wasting valuable time here as this one now sent across. Still in the Lightspeed end, a demo trade comes through. This one popped up, last opportunity for Lightspeed to find something. This one pushed up, pushed out, off the sidewall, sent down, and it looks like it might just be one for Distortion, and it will be. The dagger comes through. Distortion gonna hold on and take this game number 1.
Yeah, I mean, all Lightspeed can really do is just throw themselves at the ball, try to get that closing equalizer goal with a couple seconds left. So I don't really fault them for overcommitting, throwing everybody they can at the offensive side of the ball. And I mean, unfortunately for them, it wasn't enough. Distortion had some great plays. They were able to control the midfield really well, which isn't something that I saw a whole lot of in the last series that they played. They look a lot cleaner, a lot more put together as a team. And I mean, Mason definitely stepped up big as well. I got to give credit where credit is due. I think he played fantastic in the midfield, especially.
Yeah, no, I would definitely agree with you there on that one. I mean, all of Distortion there participating in that one. 3 goals by 3 different players. So an even showing from all 3 members of Distortion as they take that game number 1. And I'm curious, Ventus, heading into game number 2, you mentioned that Lightspeed not quite looking at the same form that we saw on that Monday, the Monday match from them. What do you need to see from them in game number 2 to try to get back to that form and try to tie this series up?
I mean, I think a lot what they did really well was Landon was able to challenge and force the ball into great spots for his team. I didn't feel like he was able to do much of that in the midfield this game because I think Distortion was able to step it up. So hopefully Landon can be more of a menace in the midfield. I think Deco and Xeroxa need to maintain their possession a little bit more. It seemed like they were too willing to just throw the ball away. And when they're able to maintain that possession and keep these solo plays happening, they find a lot of success and they find a lot of pressure. So Lightspeed's going to have to continue to do that and really play well in the midfield in order to break up this Distortion attack.
Well, as we head into game number 2, we'll see if they can find that midfield presence or if Distortion can add another win here in this series, put themselves on match point. Mason taking this one up high. Deco trying to jump up to the ball. Going to come off the ceiling, Landon into the corner, looking for a read here. Can't find it. This one sent back towards the net. Flip out comes through. As this one is sent down a block in the midfield. Could lead to an opportunity. The net is just open. Noah is going to put it in. Distortion. They are going to be the ones striking first.
Yeah, it's a great 50 by Tage there. I mean, just absolutely barreling through Xeroxa and making it so Noah has a free and easy net. Distortion gonna pick up an early one. It seemed like Deco just didn't have that great of a touch. Just tried to play it off the sidewall, and maybe he and Xeroxa weren't on the same page as it kind of just left a free ball in the midfield for Distortion to pick up. And so there might be some miscommunication between those two, or just play stylistic differences that they haven't figured out yet. But it's really been a disaster and allowed Distortion to really just manhandle and break apart their entire rotation.
Yeah, it's been impressive so far from Distortion. These two teams split the regular season series. Obviously, roster changes about throughout the season as is common with most teams, but still 1-1 apiece. As Mason sends that one down to Noah. This one off the sidewall. Deco looking for another touch, can't find it. Tage gonna take control here, trying to do something. He's faking underneath. Almost got it around the defense, but not quite. As Landon forced to jump up here, up to Xeroxa, who sends it down. This one opportunity for Noah, who pops it up high. Landon looking to send this one back. A jump early from Distortion, gonna clear it out of the midfield. Gonna find one more, trying to drop down Mason. Not a lot of boost, but he's gonna pop it up high towards the backboard. It's dangerous there, but Landon is gonna take his time, take control of that one, able to send it out here. And now Lightspeed on the counterattack, trying to take this one down, looking for a little bit of a fake. Gonna find the 50, pop it up. Xeroxa can't touch. Deco trying to come through, but not quite able to get it on target. I like the creativity there, Ventus, but Lightspeed, they're still searching to find their first goal of the series.
And I really like how Landon slowed the play down, forced the Distortion players to come to him, and took good 50s. It allowed them to just walk into the Distortion half and take so much free space. And unfortunately, Xeroxa just wasn't able to read that pass off the back wall and tried to go for a bump instead. But if Xeroxa were able to shoot that ball on target, it would have been really dangerous, as this is also a dangerous opportunity for Lightspeed once again looking for a shot. Mason going to have to get a save. Tage trying to pick this ball up in the midfield, and Xeroxa going to keep this ball in, and an own goal coming out from Noah. I thought that was going to be a free and easy clear from Distortion, but it looks like it wasn't, as Noah trying to cover Mason, maybe possibly calling him off with 0 boost, and just not able to get the best touch. And that one gonna actually just tie up the scoring, and an unfortunate play for Distortion.
Wow, that one is a crazy way to get your first goal of the series right there if you're Lightspeed, as they didn't really have to do much work for that one. As Distortion help him out, not the mistake you want to make here, as now this game all of a sudden is tied. It seemed like Distortion had complete and utter control, but now it makes you start to wonder here, can Lightspeed use that to power this into a Game 2 win? This one off the sidewall, ball gonna pop up. Deco sending it towards the backboard. Noah gonna get a touch, clearing that one away, trying to find another one out here. This one sent back in, dropping off the backboard. Opportunity, oh my goodness, this another big save comes through. Tage able to get that one out. Distortion almost gave one up, but the defense holds strong here. Landon gonna find that touch off the ceiling here. Landon trying to stay with it, but Tage cuts it off. Lightspeed still with an opportunity here. 50 comes through from Xeroxa off the corner. Not gonna find the touch there. They're over one. It's 2-on-1. The demo attempt is coming through. Tage gonna be blocked off. Deco gonna help his teammate out. Xeroxa now on the counterattack. Got the flip reset there, but can't quite put it on, as that one is cleared away. And now a minute and 10 remaining here, Ventus, in this game number 2. Lightspeed looking to find the counterattack, but Distortion gonna hold solid on the defense again.
Yeah, I mean, Lightspeed has done well to not allow any more overcommits on the offensive side of the ball, but it's also limited their offense so much. They haven't been able to mount any pressure while leaving their third man so far back. And so even though they're limiting the chances that Distortion's getting, they're also limiting their own chances, and they haven't been able to follow up. We saw a bunch of third man pressure coming out from them last series, and it looks like they're just electing to try to break through with just 2 members of the Lightspeed roster, and it hasn't really worked out for them. They haven't scored on their own. They had to rely on an own goal from Noah. So hopefully they're going to be able to figure out what they need to do differently. Maybe they need to push up that third man and allow those overcommits to happen and just accept that. Or maybe they just need to figure out how to play as that 1-2 punch instead of committing all 3 players to the ball. And with the clock kicking down, it might go to overtime here. It looks like Deco having to make a great save with a demo coming out on Landon. And with the clock, I mean, the ball's still up. It's not hitting 0 yet. Tage trying to play this one away, but it's right to Deco. Deco off the back wall, and there we go. The clock is going to hit 0. Hopefully Lightspeed will be able to figure something out on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, there was a demo that opened up some space there at the end of regulation there, Ventus, on Lightspeed's end, and it almost resulted in that distortion goal. Lightspeed fortunately able to get back there just in time as a redirect attempt is going to come through. But yeah, our first overtime of the series here in this winner-go-home matchup. This one popped up. Noah looking to take control, gonna jump up to this one, but gonna get it around 1, but can't quite find the second. This one off the corner, double commit comes through, the net is open, and Noah is gonna capitalize. Distortion, grab the goal, grab the win, and go up 2-0 in the series.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a good beat by Mason. A little bit quiet this game, having to rely a lot on Noah, and Noah made some great challenges. Obviously, he had that one big mistake where he put it into his own net, but other than that, he was really a game changer for this Distortion team. In game number 2, he was able to generate so much offense on his own. He did take advantage of a 50 getting him a free goal, but I mean, overall, I think his challenges in the midfield were really good. And I think the Lightspeed just had a little bit too much difficulty on how they wanted to communicate and how they wanted to play as a team. It seemed like they were very staggered and not really cohesive as a unit, and it really led to a bunch of these problems where they weren't able to generate any offense. They were double committing on defense, and their defense wasn't very clean in their rotations, and it just allowed Distortion to mount more and more pressure on them throughout the game.
Yeah, Distortion, they really did still, despite everything, still had all the pressure there. And, you know, Ventus, Lightspeed did have a goal on the scoreboard, but to me personally, it does not feel like they have had a goal yet after that Noah own goal. So, and I know as a player here, when you're in a position like this, you kind of feel that too. You got a gift, but you kind of feel like, hey, we really have not scored this entire series.
Yeah, I mean, especially with how intense Lightspeed's offense was last time they faced each other. It's definitely got to be sitting in the back of their minds. They haven't been able to score. They haven't really been able to mount any offense either. And I think they might start to get a little panicky, especially in this game where it's win or go home with it being match point. They really got to come out big. And I think scoring an early goal will definitely be a big key of how Lightspeed are going to play this game.
Yeah, no, their offense was just insane in that last series that we saw on match number 18, and we're still looking for it here. Distortion has done well to shut Lightspeed down so far in the series, going up 2-0 here. If Distortion can win this one, they will move on in the play-in tournament to Saturday night here. Take on Galaxy for a spot in the playoffs. This one gonna be shot towards net. Xeroxa is gonna send it in, and that is just what Dr. Ventus ordered.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good pass from Deco, but it's just a really good, well-placed shot from Xeroxa. I mean, you couldn't place that any better. Both defenders not able to save that one, and I mean, you got to give credit where credit's due. Lightspeed finally able to break through the defense of Distortion, and I mean, what a way to do it with a great shot.
Yeah, that was a big shot right there and an opportunity coming back the other way. But Lightspeed, they desperately needed that one, as that one is going to find the back of the net. This one, a nice touch to clear that one away. Xeroxa taking it out, but not a lot of boost there. Going to try to flick it over the top. Going to send it up high, forcing Noah to use a lot of boost to get out to that one. And to try to find the follow. This one off the backboard. Tage trying to jump up to it. Going to get down the midfield, but a demo is going to open up some more space. Landon on the backboard, trying to redirect it down. He drops it right to Xeroxa. What a redirect from Landon.
Oh my god, that's an insane redirect from Landon. I mean, just absolutely crazy. If he was able to get that angle, I would have been even more impressed. But the pass works just as well when Lightspeed are able to score like that. I mean, great plays coming out now. Great shooting as well from Xeroxa. I think that he might have been a little bit lackluster, especially on the offensive side of the ball. He played a lot more passive and a lot more in that hard third man. So for him to get more incorporated into these offensive plays is a really good sign for this Lightspeed team.
Yeah, most definitely. You need that guy to step up if you're going to want a chance to win this series. And great passing play there sets Lightspeed up. As this one going to be pushed down towards Distortion's end. That one redirected to the corner. Noah taking control, trying to find a 50. Going to bang it down. Just Yoroxa in the net. Noah is floating, trying to find that dunk. Not quite going to have it this time, though. As Tage sending that one in the midfield. Landon going to find a block there. This one off the sidewall. Follow up with touch, though. He's going to send it back in Distortion's end. Deco is trying to find this read off the wall. Noah is going to take it across his own net. Going to get it by 2 right now. Mason has an opportunity to send this one towards the net. Going to go under there. 50 coming up high. Distortion trying to dive in, but that ball is going to be sent off to the side. Xeroxa going to take control here, trying to find the flick, but it's going to be sent down. Back into the Distortion end here. Big 50 comes in, and Distortion right now really trying to find their way through as a demo comes through. Noah is going to find that touch, but yeah, Ventus right now, it's kind of the tables have really turned here as Distortion is making a lot of mistakes on their own end.
Yeah, I mean, you would expect this when Lightspeed finally clicked. We expect Distortion to struggle a little bit. They struggled in that last series with how much offensive threats that Lightspeed had, and we see that here with them very panicky, a lot of double commits coming out, some over rotations. They're trying to cut with zero boost in bad positions, and it's just leading to Lightspeed just being able to constrict them more and more and being able to put on more shots, as we see another close shot by Xeroxa. And I mean, Lightspeeds look like the Lightspeed that we were looking for in the last series. I mean, we are expecting them to come out and, swinging and have that high-powered offense, and we didn't see it, but it seems like their offense is finally starting to come alive.
Maybe a little bit of warming up there, and what better time to warm up here than with your lives on the line here. Lose this one and your season's over. And right now, they find themselves with a 2-goal lead, minute 30 remaining. Distortion finding a couple of demos. Lightspeed finds a demo of their own, but this one sent back down. Mason gonna take control. This one sent off to the side. Noah looking to take control here, trying to find a help on a teammate there, looking for a pinch. That one's gonna be sent across Xeroxa, though. He's going to send it up high, using up some boost. Deco is waiting over there, trying to find it to him. But that one is just going to be pushed out as Distortion tries to go on the counter attack here. Mason looking to fire this one in the midfield. Landon going to find that touch. The ball is up, but sent back out. Blocked by Distortion here, as they really could use a goal here. Down by 2 with a minute remaining. This ball popped up in the midfield. Noah, a little bit of a fake, but Xeroxa is going to be the first one to able to alleviate that pressure. As this one, Xeroxa going to send it down. That one just off the backboard there. A little bit of a close attempt there. But now Ventus with 40 seconds remaining here. Distortion really going to need to put on all the pressure if they're going to want a chance in this game number 3.
Yeah, and I mean, they have done well to keep up in this latter half. They haven't allowed Lightspeed too much offensive potential. They are still being outshot now 9-3, which is something you never really want to be in a position. But we see a chance here, a good clear coming out from Xeroxa, and a good save dodging that demo. But I mean, overall, Lightspeed looked like the former that we saw them last series and look really clean. Distortion's now going to have to step up. I felt like Lightspeed was playing down a little bit. They weren't up to their full potential, but it seems like now they've come alive, now they've woken up. Maybe it just took them 2 games, but they still have a tall task of completing a reverse sweep in the play-ins to move on, so it's definitely going to be difficult for them.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy, and it's never easy when you have to play a division rival here. You've already played them twice this season. This is the 3rd time. Everyone kind of knows the punches that are going to be thrown here when you battle like that, and especially in the postseason here. The pressure is most definitely on, but Lightspeed able to battle back, get that Game 3 victory. Now heading into Game 4 on Forbidden Temple. They've got a shot, Ventus, to try to bring it back and see if they can force that game number 5.
Yeah, and I mean, Xeroxa stepped up big. We see him 700 points, really involved in the scoring, but we do see that all of his goals were assisted by Landon and Deco, and that's something that we saw in last series that did really well with Lightspeed, and they were able to make all these plays. A lot of them were assisted, and so we really are doing well in the Lightspeed department with how they're playing. And so it's now up to Distortion to step up. I mean, we saw that Noah and Mason both had great games in games 1 and 2. They need to step up once again. They need to have a good showing. Hopefully both of them at the same time will start to show out. But if they can't, Lightspeed might start to generate more and more momentum and start running away with the series.
A Distortion trying to deny this reverse sweep attempt from going to game number 5, but Lightspeed, they want to be the ones to send it that way. Send it the distance here. We'll see if they're able to do it here as we're underway on Forbidden Temple. Perfect for some postseason chaos here. This one sent towards the net. Landon gonna come through, find that block. Tage just can't quite get that one on target there as Noah sends this one back. Turnaround attempt off the backboard. Noah dropping it down. Mason is erased though. Can Tage get to that one? No, it's sent down. It's just gonna go in. Landon secures it, and Lightspeed are the ones to strike first.
Yeah, and we see it was a mistouch there by Noah and a good recognizing from Landon to go and just demo that third man, realizing he doesn't need to do any more and stay on the ball. He can just take out that last man, and Deco, good speed to be able to get there and beat the recovering last Distortion defender. I mean, once again, a good light speed showing and a little bit of an over-rotation from Distortion, especially when they weren't able to get the correct touch. And if Distortion can't keep getting good touches in the offensive side of the ball, it's going to be really tough for them to break out.
Yeah, now Distortion maybe feeling just a little bit of the pressure. As this one, they're going to be feeling some more pressure as Deco pinches that one in the back of the net.
Yeah, I mean, Mason just super awkward, electing to take his time and go for a 50, but gets a bad 50. Deco having all of the speed there and the correct positioning to put it towards net. You really got to put yourself in between that goal there and force the 50 back onto the wall if you're Mason and the Distortion. But it looks like Distortion gonna get a nice freebie of a kickoff goal there and a little bit of an equalizer. I mean, they're still down 1 goal, but now it's not as much of a mistake there from the Distortion as they were able to at least get 1 back.
Yeah, Distortion, they do get that one quickly back off the kickoff, and just what they needed right there. Try to battle back in this one. You do not want to be down by 2 in this series with this light speed offense, the way that it can perform. This one, they sent down a demo on the backside. Gonna leave Tage by himself here. This one, gonna pop it up, Landon to the backboard. Landon trying to find that read, but that one gonna be cleared away as Deco now sends it to the corner. This ball dropping down, shot coming out towards the net. It's gonna float up high. Distortion, a little bit of a double commit, awkward on their end. Is Mason gonna take control, trying to find another 50. Tage looking to pinch that one out. As another almost double commit comes through, and Ventus, this seems like what's been the issue for Distortion the last game and the start of this game. It seems like a lot of double commits, almost leading to goals and leading to goals.
Yeah, I mean, when you're panicking a lot on defense and you're throwing a bunch of double commits, you're wasting extra boost. It looks like Distortion is going to get a little bit of a counterattack goal. Good pass by Mason, able to beat out that diving third man defender from the light speed and just put it middle where Tage is already there just waiting for that pass. A good play from Distortion, but I mean, when they're panicking so much on defense, you're allowing Lightspeed plenty of options. You're wasting all that extra boost, and you're putting yourselves in worse positions. You're making your third man have to rush back to cover your open holes there in your rotation through the double commit. And it's just never a good sign, especially when you're all out of sorts. Then you're going to get even more panicked, and it's just a positive cycle loop. Because once it starts happening, it's almost impossible to stop until you finally break out and can reset your rotation.
Yeah, no, I agree completely. And we saw a triple commit from Distortion on the last one. They did not get scored on, and they're going to double right here, and that one is not going to be saved away. Deco comes through, another big rotational error.
Yeah, it just seems like when the times start getting tough for Distortion and Lightspeed get these offensive chances, they just don't trust each other, and it leads to all these double commits and the third man not able to cover in time. And it's just an ongoing cycle that we keep seeing. Once Distortion gets into this rut, it's going to be very hard for them to break out. I know that Lightspeed just continues to pile on more pressure. A good demo, though, on that last man there, and they're going to actually keep tying up the series. It seems like their offensive pressure hasn't really taken a hit yet, though. They've been able to continue with the Lightspeed scoring, even with their double commits, and have recovered very nicely on the kickoffs to mitigate their mistakes.
Yeah, and that one was just a massive demo right there. And Distortion, they are no strangers to trying to find these demos. We saw it in the first 2 games. We saw it right there, and we almost saw an opportunity. Siroxa, though, not quite able to touch that one to get that one away. As Tage blocking this one is dropping down. It's awkward for Noah. He finds a touch. Mason gonna have to grab that one, clear it out. This one pops up in the midfield. Here comes Deco looking for the shot, but oh my goodness, the free jump save comes through to block that high shot right there. Distortion gonna keep this game knotted at 3 apiece. As Lightspeed now back on the attack. Xeroxa, he's looking for something, trying to drop it down, but Tage right over that one. It's Landon. He's coming through, firing, but Mason is going to deny it out as Distortion now has an opportunity to break out, taking this one up in the air, looking to take it under, but going to find a 50. Is that one on? It's just off there. Almost a counterattack opportunity there, but not quite able to send it home as this one is dropping down out of the midfield. Tage able to push that one out, and now Ventus, a minute 15 remaining here. This one is going to find the back of the net.
Yeah, and that's a big mistake there by Landon. A little bit overzealous in his commit, trying to just beat Tage or get a block, and I mean, stop the pressure from Distortion from mounting. But all Tage has to do is just put it on net, and there's no other defender there. Xeroxa not going to be able to get back in time. And even though Lightspeed have done really well, it looks like a kickoff goal is actually going to come back out, and the scoring is tied. It seems like whenever one of these teams is able to score a kickoff goal, immediately negates it. And I mean, we see that once again. Even though Lightspeed were down, they get a nice, easy kickoff goal to just completely erase that deficit. And now they still look like they are in the scoring seat. But Mason now going to get a kickoff goal. I think there have been 4 kickoff goals now from both sides. And, I mean, I don't even know what to say.
What is happening, Ventus? What is happening here in Forbidden Temple? The kickoff goals are flowing back and forth. We're trading kickoff goals, back-to-back kickoffs. That's crazy. Surely not a third, right? Okay. That one's a little bit off to the side at least. But my goodness, Distortion able to battle back there right when Lightspeed seemed like they had the pressure. This one just popped up in the midfield. That one, oh my goodness, almost off the sidewall. But right when it seemed like Lightspeed was going to bring it back and try to force that game 5, Distortion able to find that kickoff goal, slam the door a little bit. But they still have 48 seconds to hold on here. The ball in the midfield, Landon trying to take control, going to find a big 50 as the ball's dropping down. Tage going to get this one out here. Got an opportunity to carry it, trying to send it all the way, but not quite. Here comes Mason trying to put it in, but Landon on the goal line with a great save, keeping Lightspeed's season alive here. They're going to have to find one if they're going to want a chance. This one just off. Xeroxa racing out, trying to grab the ball and the boost as this one's popped up high. Lightspeed, they got to get going right now here. This one off to the side. Tage can't quite find that touch. Noah, it's blocked up in the midfield. This ball popped up. Xeroxa trying to get up to it. It's blocked in the midfield. It could be an opportunity, but Noah, he's there. And now last opportunity for Lightspeed. This ball popped up high. Mason cuts it off. This one pushed out. Xeroxa. Can he control it? The ball up to the side. This one out of the midfield. Deco is going to need a miracle. He sends it up high here. Lightspeed trying to take it down the pitch. The ball is popped up. Landon, he's trying to get to it, but it's going to touch the ground. And Distortion hold on, take down their division rivals, and they are going to move on to Saturday night.
Honestly, I couldn't tell you I expected this outcome. I thought with how Lightspeed was able to generate their offense that they would be able to withstand Distortion, or Distortion wouldn't be able to stand their offense. And I thought Lightspeed would not have a cakewalk, but I thought that Distortion would have a really tough time being able to take the series or to get that momentum back. But with the kickoff goals and the craziness in Forbidden Temple, you know, they were just able to even though they were outshot. Actually, it's a lot closer than I thought. 12 shots to 11 shots. The scoring was pretty close in the end. I mean, I thought with Lightspeed's pressure, they would have run away with it, at least this game and force a game 5. But somehow, Distortion's going to win pretty much off of 3 kickoff goals.
Yeah, it's crazy to see Ventus. I mean, that game was chaotic, and I kind of agree with you. I wasn't sure if I was going to expect this. I mean, Lightspeed, we saw them play so well in that match 18, but, you know, Ventus is a different beast when it comes to the postseason and now heading towards the playoffs here. So big congratulations to Distortion on pulling that win against their rivals there. Going to move on to Saturday night, taking on Galaxy. The winner is going to move on to the playoffs. We'll be excited to see that one. And we will also be excited to head to our next matchup, the final one of the night here. Another winner go home matchup. Same orgs coming back on this one. Deviation versus Momentum, except this time in the Challenger League. And we'll see if Motion can bring it back for their Momentum brethren as they take on Dissolved at the 9:30 matchup. Coming up in just a few minutes, so make sure you guys stick around, and we will see you guys in a few.
I need better company between my own thoughts and me. I sing, something took my melody. Maybe it's just like my mama said. Maybe the monsters aren't under the bed. Maybe they're up there inside of my head instead. And cut the lights, close the blinds and say goodnight, goodnight. Nothing rhymes in my mind, no lullaby, bye-bye. I'm the black sheep, no one's counting on. When I fall asleep, all my dreams are good. All my life, had a fight, no lullaby, bye-bye. Love is so easy to spell, but I can't explain it well. It's like heaven till it's hell, oh well. Maybe it's just like my mama said. Maybe the monsters aren't out of the bed. Maybe they're up there inside of my head instead. Cut the lights, close the blinds and say goodnight, goodnight. Nothing rhymes in my mind, no lullaby, bye-bye. I'm the black sheep, no one's counting on. When I fall asleep, all my dreams are gone.
early. He puts it in. 0 seconds remaining. He seems to be playing hard for it. Oh my goodness, Rudy, what is this?
Doesn't get the touch he's looking for. Kato, Scott, oh, he gets the flick and he gets it through.
Place there's He's gonna give a shot. He's gonna put it in. Back to back. On the backward. Can he find the touch? He's gonna put the shot on the net.
High off the backboard here. Opportunity. Here comes the shot.
Hold on. Surely this kid. Oh my lord.
Go with the shot. It's gonna go in.
Open on the goal line. He did nearly over. Sweep. It comes through. The Venom, the improbable, the impossible, the 4-time champions.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Nemesis Gaming League. I'm your very best friend, Gallium, and I am here with my boy, Ventus. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing really good. I mean, I had a great matchup between Lightspeed and Distortion. A shocking victory, honestly. I thought Lightspeed was going to be able to take it. Distortion showed out. They were able to take that victory in 4, which is the reverse. I thought Lightspeed was going to take it in 4. But, I mean, enough about that matchup. We got another great matchup today. We have Motion going up against Dissolve. We have Oinko, Squirrel, and I believe Sweaty is their third today, taking on Seawall, Red Jr., and Gala. I mean, both these teams have the potential to make a run in the playoffs, but it's all going to come down to who's going to be able to clutch it up and take the win.
You know, play-ins, playoffs, postseason. I mean, you really have to have the clutch gene, especially this time around. All the games are going to be on stream, so you have to get rid of those stream nerves as soon as possible. And I always say, the first goal always helps. So hopefully one of these teams can get us started off early. I know, or at least I think, Oinko hasn't really played that much this season, so it's interesting seeing him on the pitch as we see him on the side of this Motion squad. The ball being sent over to the right. Gala can't get a touch. Oinko almost with a shot. I will say Squirrel has been bouncing around from team to team. Glad he finally found a home in Motion. He's an excellent player. I know he's playing with Critter for a minute, but I'm glad to see him finally find a home. And my boy Seawall, I mean, he was great on Orbit, but unfortunately had to give him away, and now he is absolutely balling on a Dissolve team that didn't look so good before they picked him up, and now is starting to do better, especially with the additions of Gala and Red Jr. As we see Sweaty. Oh no, Sweaty own goals, and Seawall getting a freebie one early.
Yeah, and he was just, I believe it was Red Jr. going for a bump on that last defender and Sweaty just trying to jump up early, avoid that bump, and he's going to accidentally just own goal. Unfortunate one for Motion. Hopefully they'll be able to bounce back. It is very early in the series, so it's easier to shake that one off. If it happened in like game 4 or 5 where they go down because of that, it's much more difficult, but because it was such a quick one, I mean, it's the first goal of the game, a little bit of nerves, shake it off, go next, and hopefully they'll be able to recover from it, but just a little bit unlucky for them.
Yeah, it's like that Taylor Swift song. You gotta shake it off a little bit. As wait a second, Sweaty misses his touch. Oinko misses his. It seems like early on, this Motion team having a little bit of the jitters. They have to get rid of that as quickly as possible. Dissolve is kind of applying more pressure than I thought they would this early. I mean, you got to think about it. This Motion team is a fairly new team, but they're full of a lot of aggressive players. And, you know, Motion, they can be that team that can suffocate you. But on the other end of things, I don't know if their defense is going to hold up. But wait a second, an insane pitch going off the backboard. Oinko can't put it through. And now he sends it out mid. Can anyone be there to get it? Red Jr., the last one to get that one. Now it's Sweaty. Over to Squirrel. He's trying to go up the wall with it. Ends up trying to pass it to a teammate. Unfortunately, does not work. Oinko to the sidewall. Can Oinko get another one for the fans? Of course he does. Backboard. Sweaty can't find it. It just barely is off target. That was a close one, Ventus.
Yeah, I mean, when you are about to be able to mitigate the mistake and come back and tie up the game from that own goal, and then you just barely aren't able to put it in the back of the net, it's going to go post out. It's such a tough on the mental, especially because they might let up a goal here. This one, rolling back into the Motion half, it's going to be saved away by Sweaty. And, I mean, it's just something that once these mistakes start mounting and mounting, you start getting it in your head, you start getting down on yourself, your mental starts to break down a little bit. So they need a goal here, but it looks like Dissolved is going to get us their second goal. Red Jr. going to be able to put that one in the back of the net. off of a demo on Oinko from Seawall. Great play there from Seawall being able to take out that last defender. And unfortunately for Motion, they just seem to be in all of the wrong spots so far. They've been getting demoed frequently. They've been, making a couple missed touches and a little bit of an own goal. So not going super well for Motion, but hopefully they will be able to turn around.
I mean, for how low of a Sal Seawall is, I mean, he is incredible value. I mean, he tends to do it all, especially in the offensive zone. I mean, you saw him be a complete facilitator, even when it bumped off a Squirrel's car, he went for the demo, got it, and it led to an open net. It's plays like that that win you postseason games, and so far they're up 2-0. They're enjoying the fruits of their labor right now as almost another goal at the hands of, I believe that was Gala. As wait a second, Squirrel with the pre-flip, it's Sweaty with a beautiful ball.
Yeah, and I think it's a little bit of a mistake there from Seawall. Not able to get a good touch into the corner. He isn't able to catch it well, and it's going to pop back out to a pass. And Squirrel going to put that one home. That one's going to be a quick, easy goal for Motion. A good recovery from their early mistakes and their lackluster play in the beginning of game number 1. They're able to put a nice passing play together. And I mean, who else besides Squirrel and Sweaty? Because those two have the ability to play really well together. But just as I give praise, looks like Seawall gonna get another pass and get a little bit of a bump on Sweaty as well. Red Jr. gonna put that one home. And just as Motion were able to gain some momentum back, Dissolve just rips it away.
I mean, I did say it before, Motion, very, very aggressive team, and you see it. Their third man pushes up way too far, but wait a second, it might go in their favor as Oinko slides one in with 1 minute and 25 seconds to go here, Ventus. Do you think they can pull it off?
I definitely think that there's a chance. I think that all three of these Motion players had the jitters in the beginning of the game. They've started to settle in a little bit more. I think that they'll play a lot more cohesive and a lot better as a team, and it should allow them some more opportunities. Whether they are able to capitalize on those is up to them, but I think they definitely have the ability to come back.
Yeah, they definitely, I mean, of course you do, especially with this amount of time, but wait a second. Seawall almost gets a nice play. Gala off the backboard. Red Jr. doesn't have boost to challenge that. Squirrel gets faked out by his teammate, but wait a second. Could be a calculated play here. Sweaty, a nice 50. It might hit backboard, but no. Gala there to defend. Oh my goodness. Oinko made 2 of them go. Sweaty with the shot. Oh, he can't find the back of the net. Squirrel gets 15 out. Seawall and Gala down the other end, and that just might do it.
I mean, they had the opportunities, they just were not able to capitalize on them, and Squirrel overcommitting, trying to add some more pressure, gonna take a bad 50, and it's gonna allow Motion to get another goal, and that is so tough. It seems like Dissolve, everything is going their way. They haven't been able to be punished for their mistakes by Motion. A good shot coming up by Sweaty, but gonna be a pretty easy save from Gala. He didn't have to really move, but I mean, overall, Dissolve still look really solid, look really good on the offensive side of the ball, and that's mostly due to Seawall, who you talked about. He has those 3 assists. He's been that facilitator. He's gotten the demos. I mean, he's looked really good overall. And so if he can continue to play how he is, it's going to be really tough for Motion to get settled in.
It's a little confusing, the scoreline, especially since both these teams have very similar shot numbers. It would seem like it'd be a little bit closer, but it just hasn't felt that close, to be honest. It feels like Dissolved is kind of running away with this one, and game number 1 is going to go Dissolve's way, and they're up 1-0 in a do or die postseason series. Honestly, I mean, Ventus, you're the Titan expert here. You know more about Rocket League than I can even try to conceive. What do you think Motion needs to do to get back in this game?
I mean, okay, number 1, they have to stop missing the ball. I mean, they had way too many misses and way too many double commits to be very valuable. They have to clean those up, obviously. Maybe they need to play a little bit slower to make sure they get the read correctly. I mean, that's up to them on how they want to play. But, I mean, they worked really well when they made a couple passing plays. I think they really need to go back to doing that. I think that they need to just communicate more and slow down play less panicked, because when they play super panicked, we see a lot of those missed touches or these misplays come out where they aren't able to get the touch that they want, and it really causes that disaster that we saw earlier in the game. So hopefully they just maybe settle down a little bit more, talk about they got this, try to not overcommit, and as I say that, it looks like they did overcommit, and Seawall is going to take a freebie. And it just seems another double commit coming out from Motion, and they weren't able to get the shot on target. It just seems like that's been their mantra. So they really got to just focus on their shot placement as well, because if they keep hitting it off the crossbar and they can't score it, it doesn't matter how many opportunities they get. So limit the double commits, communicate more, and maybe slow down a little bit just so you know you have the reads.
I mean, that play was very ugly, if I'm going to be completely honest. Sweaty barely missed his shot, and Squirrel, who was already at the goal line, couldn't maneuver his car to put it in the back of the net. And so I believe Oinko thought he had to dive for it, and they both dove at the same time. And a nice 50 by Dissolvo. Speaking of a beautiful goal, Gala getting one, and now they're up 2-0.
Yeah, and he just places it right in between Squirrel and Sweaty, and then a bump coming out, I believe, on Squirrel, making Sweaty the only person that can make a play on that ball, and unfortunately he wasn't able to get that saved. And Dissolve, once again, getting another goal, another passing play goal, as Gallo was able to get a shot off of a good 50 from Seawall once again. And Squirrel, able to get a goal here, able to read that one off of that pass from Sweaty off the corner. And I mean, some signs of life coming up from Motion. The passing play seemed to work out really well. When Sweaty was able to take his time and slow the play down, he was able to make a good read. So hopefully Motion are going to be able to continue to build off of what they just did.
Yeah, 100%, but this is looking a little dangerous there. Sweaty is probably the most mechanical player on this Motion team, so I'm really looking to him to kind of be that guy to make like Dissolve kind of panic a little bit. I don't know, like I just feel like they're playing so cool, calm, and collected that they don't feel like they need to do too much, and I don't really blame them. Most of their goals have just been them just getting 1-2 bang passing plays, and it's been working the entire game because Motion just can't seem to get a stop here. A Squirrel off the backboard, Sweaty gonna put it away, and now we're tied.
Yeah, and I mean, Squirrel probably should be able to score that one. There wasn't really any defender, but Red Jr. having to just try to pre-flip the save, and since it wasn't on target, he wasn't a threat anymore for the follow-up. A good play from Sweaty being there just in case that ball popped back into the midfield. And Motion looking pretty solid. I mean, they're still making a lot of mistakes, but the offense that they're able to generate has been very threatening, and I think that's been the biggest change, is they've been able to create a lot better plays on offense. We saw that the shot line you talked about last series was pretty close, and it didn't feel like it was close of a game. And I think it's just because their quality of shots was not very good. They were just kind of peppering the ball at the dissolved net and weren't really taking great shots or not making the extra pass. But when they do, they worked out really well. And I can't say much. Seawall getting a good shot on target, able to just use the disruption from Gallo where he's going for bumps on net and just put it in the back of the net. And although Motion are able to generate these offensive plays, Dissolve just seem calm, cool, and collected, like you said.
Yeah, I mean, it's their game. They're in complete control, despite only being up by 1. And that was just a beautiful shot from Seawall. As we see, maybe another goal from Seawall. No, Red Jr. is just going to bounce that one in. And where was the defense?
It looks like a demo from Gala, and Squirrel just not able to read that pinch on the 50. Maybe a little bit of he was kind of caught in no man's land. I don't really necessarily like where he was positioned. It seemed like he was a little bit too overzealous with how his team was going to 50 that ball. Maybe a little bit too trusting in his team there for that specific play. And he's going to get caught out for that. He's not going to be able to make that read. And with no defender back, it's just going to go into the net. It doesn't matter who on the side of Dissolve is going to hit that one in. But, I mean, Dissolve going up 4-2. And, I mean, you talked about the scoreline is still pretty close, but Dissolve have felt in control the entire game. And they might get another one here as a couple of shots going off the crossbar, but there's no third man back for Motion. And Red Jr. going to get another one once again. Gala this time with the playmaking badge. He has 3 assists. And, I mean, Dissolve just looked dominant.
Yeah, I mean, you can see they're just there for every single shot that needs to be on target. And honestly, it's looking very disastrous for this Motion squad because I feel like their third man isn't playing worst case scenario. And that's what you have to do as third man, right? You can't just expect every ball to be 50'd your team's way and push up really far. The second man's job is to play best case scenario and be there in case the ball 50s out to you. But as third man, you have to play really defensive, and I feel like the third man for Motion just kind of gets lost in the fray. I feel like they're all trying to play first and second man. No third man in sight as Seawall can't get one to go. And I mean, Dissolved have been super dominant down the stretch here. I mean, they got scored on 2 times in a row, and they've really brought it back. I mean, they've really tightened down as Seawall, nice touch from him, Squirrel off the backboard, tries to get another one, and he's successful in doing so. Seawall off the sidewall, and the ball is going straight towards the net. Sweaty, what a shot from him.
Yeah, and I mean that's just a good play there by Sweaty, able to read that one perfectly off the wall. And I mean this time the very aggressive third man works out in Motion's favor as he was able to put a good shot on net. Squirrel was forcing a bump on third man and forcing a redirect that Gala had to respect and potentially play, which factors into his decision of how he wants to challenge the ball. And I mean Motion able to get a third goal here. But, I mean, it doesn't work out every time. You said that the third man needs to play that worst-case scenario. He can still have these potential shot opportunities, but if he plays for them all the time, he's going to get burned more than often. And we see a good shot, or a good save coming out from Oinko there, just to keep Dissolve from scoring. But Motion really got to tighten up their rotations if they want to win this game.
I mean, it just seems like Dissolved have their foot on the gas. Oh my goodness, what a beautiful shot from Gala. He just absolutely snipes that one in the back of the net. Look at that pass from Red Jr. That is absolute elite level playmaking.
Yeah, I mean a great pass. He was low boost, having to get a nice little skim touch to Gala. Gala reads it perfectly in the best position. I mean, a great pass from Red Jr., a good shot. Catching out that last defender once again. Oinko a little bit too far pushed up, especially as that third man with low boost. We talk about it time and time again. The Motion roster hasn't done anything to change it, and Dissolved have just capitalized on it time and time again. And that's why we see Dissolved in such a good position. They're up 3 goals, even though Motion have had some great offensive plays. They haven't been able to hold it down on defense. They've been playing way too aggressive and allow Dissolved just to score whenever they want with these counterattacks. And it's just been the difference in the series.
Yeah, I mean, I casted the other Challenger League play-in game between, I want to say it was Raptors and Snowstorm. And one thing I noticed about Challenger League, especially in this play-in, is they're very stubborn with how they play. The amount of changes game to game aren't as frequent as you might see in the higher leagues, and even prospects. Some of these prospect teams, they change like their strategy. I just feel like, you know, Motion is just throwing tennis balls at the wall hoping it sticks. Okay, tennis ball isn't going to stick. It's going to just bounce right off, right? So I think for them, they just need to really adjust, because now they have to win 3 games in a row or else they go home. Okay, so I feel like Motion, they really have to talk to each other here and make sure they're on the same page for what to do against this Dissolved team. And I think the biggest thing that they can do is playing less aggressive. They're aggressing when they don't need to. They're aggressing when their second man isn't there available for a shot, and it's really killing them here, Ventus.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I think that Motion way too aggressive, especially with their third man. I mean, a lot of the times if your first and second man are playing really aggressive, your third man can utilize the space that they've gained to win the ball back. A good shot attempt coming out from there from Squirrel. Unfortunately, it was saved away by Red Jr. But, I mean, when you keep your third man up, it just allows way too many chances. At least with a third man playing really passive, you have that potential where you can fake, use the space. Your teammates, your first and second man can cut for you. You utilize the space that you have. But that's a good shot there from Sweaty off of a pass from Squirrel. And, I mean, Motion, it seems like they're still keeping their very aggressive third man. If that shot didn't go in, I mean, I can see Dissolve just scoring off of a counterattack. Motion had 0 boost, Squirrel and Oinko had 0 boost trying to rotate back. I mean, very risky plays if they keep doing this, I'm a little bit worried that Motion's going to fall back into the same rhythm that they did in game number 1 and 2, where Dissolve are just going to be able to take advantage of their rotations and just score a bunch of goals on them.
Yeah, I mean, taking advantage of another team is what you want to do in especially a playing game. You want to capitalize on what they're bad at. And so far, it seems like they're just bad at playing third man, to be completely honest. It seems like they're getting counterattacked all the time. But it was a great first goal. But see right there, they immediately get scored on because of a little bit of a bump play. But a great goal from Red Jr. off a great pass from Seawall.
Yeah, it looks like Oinko trying to rotate back, but is rotating ball side, and then gets a team bump on Sweaty to leave the net wide open, and Seawall gonna put it right around that last defender, and luckily Red Jr. was there, able to put that one on target as it wasn't originally. And I mean, it's just, once again, they catch them out in the rotations, force them into awkward spots, and just score off of Motion's overcommits. And so Dissolve really haven't necessarily had to do anything impressive, because they've just been so effective with taking advantage of the mistakes brought forth by Motion. And so, I mean, we haven't really seen what Dissolve can actually do, because all they've had to do is just shoot the ball off of Motion's overcommit. So I'm hopefully looking forward to Dissolve kind of showing me more of what their offense is capable of, and what kind of defense, how clean they can play on defense for the future, because I mean, I personally think that Dissolve just looked too clean, and Motion looks too erratic in this series for Motion to come back. I know the score is still 1-1, but Dissolve have that presence and just have that like feel to them. They've been able to create pressure out of whenever they want, and I think that I need to be looking forward to Dissolve and their next games and seeing how they can improve. Keep working on taking advantage of Motion, but incorporate some other stuff in. Keep your comms high. Keep your solo plays, your passing plays. And honestly, I'm not even worried about this game if I'm Dissolved. I'm just looking for our next series.
Yeah, 100%. And I feel like the difference maker for this Dissolve team is I don't even have to be in the comms to know that they're calming much more frequently than this Motion squad. I mean, they are helping each other at every facet of the game, as we see right there. Perfect example. Seawall takes it up. He takes it slow. He knows he has a teammate in front of him, and Red makes a beautiful bump onto the ball. And Seawall, he doesn't even have to do anything. I mean, my blind grandma could have scored that. What a beautiful goal.
I mean, a great shot. Seawall got a really good first touch there, especially on his air dribble. I mean, that's the kind of touch that I try to get in my tight league games, and sometimes I mess it up. So, I mean, a really good first touch there. It was really the game changer. He was able to get a perfect beat. Another passing play coming out. Dissolve turning on the burners, able to just beat out Motion on every single chance they get. Seawall, a great pass. Red Jr., a good shot. And nobody's even back for Motion. They had like half a defender putting a hand up.
I mean, just a beautiful play. When their third man commits, it's for a good cause, right? You know, it's like they're doing charity work. It's just really been a clinical game from this Dissolve team. And if they win this game in a sweep, I am actually genuinely worried for who they play in, I believe, the next playing game. And if they win that, the first round, you know, I believe they play Venom if that happens. But wait a second, Squirrel might not let that happen, as the lead is now only 2.
Yeah, the lead only being 2 is the big thing for me. I mean, Red Jr. not able to get there in time. Squirrel, a good shot. And, I mean, Motion is able to make these plays. I mean, they're able to create offense, but they just allow so many holes in the rotations that can be taken advantage of, that they aren't able to play any defense, frankly. They have the tools on offense to make them a good team. They just don't have the patience on defense to allow them to use their offense to the best capabilities. And that's really the downfall of Motion here, is we see some great plays coming out, especially a 1-2 from Sweaty and Squirrel. I think maybe Oinko just needs to relegate himself to that hard third man role, allow Sweaty and Squirrel to potentially call for cuts on their rotation and keep the pressure, and he just needs to be there and shoot the ball on net as a third man, kind of how it seems like Red Jr. is with Dissolved. He's kind of been sitting third man, letting Seawall do these solo plays, letting Gala go for bumps, and then he's just there waiting for the shot in the midfield, and he's been able to sink it every time. And he's been able to play a little bit further back. He does get caught out there. He was playing a little bit overzealous, and Motion was able to catch him out there. Good on Squirrel there to get the touch and beat him. Good play from Motion overall. But, I mean, once again, when they're leaving their third man up so far, it's only a matter of time till Dissolve can capitalize on it.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like, you know, that was a good example of how much of a difference maker Squirrel is, especially in this series. I mean, he's really trying to get at them, get in their zone, create a little bit of chaos, and chaos leads to goals. And you saw it there. It was a great individual effort, but they're gonna have to do a little bit more than that if they want to score this goal in 40 seconds. We see Red Jr. off the backboard. He gets one more off the backboard yet again. Seawall trying to find an insane angle. Unfortunately, cannot find it. Gala down the pitch. Oinko gonna be able to save that one away. The ball just floating in front of their net. It's right to Red Jr., who has a little bit of boost. He sends it over, and Gala with the pitch of the century. How did that one go in?
Yeah, I mean, it's another. They seem super panicked. Motion on defense. Squirrel trying to get the clear across with Sweaty having 0 boost, just trying to make a play happen, trying to get the clear, and Dissolve waiting for that one mistake to come out from Motion and just pouncing. It's like they're waiting for the specific defender just to get a mistouch on the ball, and immediately they high trap and they just completely turn on the heat, make sure they capitalize to the fullest on that mistake. And I mean, they did it in like very well. And with it being a 2-goal lead, 0 seconds left, looks like Motion not going to be able to take a game. They did have signs of life. I really liked how Squirrel was playing. He was able to make a lot of offense happen, was able to play very good defense, but unfortunately it just wasn't enough.
Yeah, I mean, even Sweaty had a great game too. I mean, there's so many opportunities for them to win this series, but unfortunately, they just couldn't get it done. Dissolved overall were the better team, and you know their chemistry is just ridiculous. So I look forward to seeing them in the next play-in matchup. So that should be very interesting. But I mean, that's pretty much it for today. We had some insane games. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, some really good ones. Hypernova and Gladiators went to 5. Dissolved, or not Dissolved. Who am I thinking of? Lightspeed. The Lightspeed and Distortion. That one went to 4. That was a really intense series, and this one unfortunately didn't bring that same amount of intensity. But honestly, it was just a fun watch. So if you like this action, you'll really like Saturday. That is going to be the final play-in stream. It is going to be an elimination game for every single team. So you do not want to miss it on Saturday. Thank you, Ventus, again for casting with me. It's always a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, really quickly, I just want to thank all of our Nemesis premium subscribers, especially those that are Challenger and higher. We're talking about Crow Terra, Noah, Wiggle, and then our Titan, Critter, Fenrir, iParker, Jax, Neons, Rare, Speed, and Street Soul. I mean, big shout out to those guys. It's so thankful for y'all, you know, putting your time and money, especially into the league, making us grow, and the support is really appreciated. It helps to do all of that, all of the stuff behind the scenes, all of the spreadsheets, all paying the casters, and making our streams the best they could possibly be, and overall just helping Nemesis grow. So big shout out to the subscribers.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like our staff teams have been absolutely killing it this season, and it's all thanks to those who subscribe and those who keep participating in the league, keeping it active. We appreciate you dearly, and we'll see you on Saturday night. Peace out.